All right, full moon, how we looking? We good? Shout out to my brother Reese. Let's get ready to get started, you guys. The Planning and Zoning Committee meeting for, Wednesday, July 9th is called to order at 6:31 p.m. We're going to do a moment of silent meditation followed by a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, may I please have roll call, please?
Roll call. Chair Nickerson.
Here.
Member Winters.
Here?
Member Lightfoot Ward. Vice Chair Martin. Also present
Hey,
for
Madam Vice Chair.
Kobe Byrd. Matt. And Joseph Gallo.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Approve of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Move-
Second.
Moved by Councilperson Lightfoot Ward, second by Councilperson, or Chair, Council, moved by Member Lightfoot Ward, second by Member Winters. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing none. Approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Moved by Member Winters. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Martin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing none. Moving now to the agenda item. This is for the variance for 175 Northwest 86th Street, you guys. We've gone over this. Our planners are not here today, but we've seen their report. They recommend approval for this. The only, you know how sometimes you guys will put things forward and we'll move them forward with either like adjustments or conditions leading up to the full council meeting, because remember this is the committee meeting and it has to move to the full council meeting. The only thing that I would say we add to this is, besides the shingles, add the Decra roof materials. That Decra roof materials is the one that Councilperson Winters was offering. And therefore, if we find that the Decra roof materials will work for her, then she won't have to do the shingles. But we can take care of all that right now by adding an adjustment or a condition moving on to the council meeting to add the Decra roof materials. Okay? Are there any comments or questions from the council? If not, I'll go to the audience. Go ahead, Councilperson Lightfoot, Member Lightfoot Ward.
Thank you, Mayor. I read with much interest that what was going on with this. The approved roof materials consist of the stuff that was presented on page 2, and it's limited. If it's okay, I'd like to ask the person, do they really know what they're doing getting this asphalt? Yes, it is approved in the state of Florida. Yes, all of that. But you had to be in a hurricane, a real hurricane, to know why that is a concern to this council person.
Yeah, we have the resident here in front of us, but I don't know if she's an expert on roof materials. This is just basically going back to the going back to the shingle roofs that we used to allow, that we no longer allow. We only allow now, tile roofs, metal roofs, and other type of roofs. We just don't allow shingles anymore. She's applying for a variance to use shingle roofing and instead of the tile or the metal roofing. So that's what this is about.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's why I'm asking the question.
So you're asking if she knows about shingle roofing?
Yes.
We can ask her, but I'm not sure how many residents are experts at shingle roofs. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying like her contractor's not here, her roofing guy's not here. You're asking a technical question that I'm sure the resident probably doesn't know the answer to. Is what I'm trying to tell you right now. You probably need an individual who's an expert at shingle roofing to answer your question about shingle roofing in a technical manner. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
All I know is I had a shingle roof and experienced the problems when a hurricane came. I don't have that now. And that's the only thing I'm thinking about. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. You want to take the chance on these hurricanes. If you've been here all your life, you know what to do. You know what happens. But if you happen, my heart went out because I was in a shingle roof once. I was in an asphalt. I was there. But, you know, everybody has their own taste. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. And no, I don't disagree with you. I think it's a great point you brought up, Member Lightfoot Ward. I was just saying that I just don't think the resident will be the one to answer that question. It's a technical question, that's all. All right, I appreciate that. Anybody else from the council, you guys, or the committee? Hearing, seeing none, going out to the audience. Anybody from the audience will have any comments or questions about this particular item?
It's your roof.
Yes,
Yes.
come up and say your name and address for the record. Ms. Campbell.
Georgette Campbell.
Oh, can't hear you. There you go.
Georgette Campbell,
So,
175 Northwest 86th Street.
Can't hear it. Can't hear it.
It seems like it's working.
Okay, so Georgette Campbell,
There you go.
175 Northwest 86th Street, El Portal, Florida, 33150. Regarding her question, as the mayor says, I don't know the technicalities of roofing, but again, the reason why I came, it's because of the difference in the cost that I am able to afford at the moment to protect my roof. And I have been through many hurricanes with the tile that is on the roof, and I did get severe damage before, even with tile on my roof. So as far as I see it, when it comes to a hurricane does not have eyes to see whether it's metal, tile, or shingle. The hurricane just comes and it blows, and whatever it's in its path, strong enough not to go with the wind, it will stay, but if it's not strong enough, I guess it will go, and it goes for any kind of roof. I am here to get permission to be able to make my home safe. At the moment, it is not. It is not safe because I do desperately need a new roof, and I would like to be able to have the permission, have the right, exercise the right to do so, basically. I need to be able to exercise the right to secure my home, and right now it's not secure with all the rain, the damage to the roof. I just definitely have to have a new roof. I've done tons of repairs, and instead of repairing the roof, the repair people make it worse. They have their own agenda. Doesn't work for me. My roof is at its end, and I definitely need a new roof, and I'm here. Please, 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 please allow me to change my roof. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do it right now as it is, because I won't be able to do shingle, I won't be able to do tile. I am here to ask for a variance for shingle, so I can exercise the comfort and the privilege that everybody else have to change their roof and secure their home. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Campbell. Anyone else from the audience about this agenda item? 175 Northwest 86th Street. No? Hearing?
Noel Pace, 206 Northwest 91st Street. Ma'am, I'm very sorry to hear about the situation that you're facing with your home. Do you happen to have any pictures of your roof or pictures of the leaking inside? I mean, you're asking for a change to a variance to all the other standards that everybody else in the village has to maintain. And I was just wondering if that's, you know, possible for you to show. I mean, we're very empathetic to the situation. I am as a citizen, and I feel terrible that you're in this situation. But, I mean, right now, I've been talking to roofing contractors and so on myself, and I mean, there's all kinds of programs for residential houses here where they provide financing. If you have equity in your home, you're able to borrow, you know, where you don't have to make payments for 2 years from now. And so just in an effort, you know, and I've taken a lot of feedback from a lot of other citizens that aren't able to make it here all of a sudden in the quick change of this meeting and the date and time. And so, you know, I do think that is probably relevant information here in terms of, you know, of what you're asking for. So I think that's, you know, I think that's fair. I think that may help your case or may, you know, not. I don't know. But I think it's definitely relevant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pace. Go ahead, Ms. Perrella. Say your name, address for the record, please.
Good afternoon. Luis Perelas, 103 Northeast 89th Street. I just wanted to, like, I understand your situation, and I know it's, you know, sometimes we cannot, you know, question whether, you know, the situation, you know, the financial situations and stuff like that. But just a little note over here because I know it from a neighbor behind my street that about 4 years ago, they actually changed from tile to shingles. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And less than a year, she had to switch it back to tiles because I don't know if that's the designer of your house and whatever, but they didn't have they have bolted ceilings, right? Now, the contractor wouldn't tell her that, well, shingles are gonna bring you a lot of heat inside the house and all of that. So sure enough, before a year, she had to change it back to tile because they were like burning inside the house because the house wasn't actually equipped for that kind of roof. So, you know, tiles, that's why when the houses are built, they're built within a specific type of roof. So, and that's why I know a lot of houses around the village have shingle. That's because of the time, you know, Mayor Nickerson doesn't know exactly the date or the year when it happened. They were allowed to actually go to shingles because of the hardship and all of that. A lot of people were arguing about, structurally sound, you know, the structure of the property and stuff like that, which is not the case, because if the house is built with the roof designed to be, tiles, then the trusses and the foundation of the house will support that kind of roof. You know, it is tough because shingles does bring down the property of the value, the property values. On that street, for example, there's no one house with shingles all the way. Like I said, it doesn't mean like you, in this case, your financial situation is not on the right, you know, on the moment to do that, and then you have to actually prepare your house for what you said. Especially now we're approaching we are in the hurricane season and all of that, so the sooner the better. But just take into consideration the programs that Mr. Pace has told you about, and also the fact that if you don't have the correct AC equipment or mechanical design in the house are proper, appropriated for that kind of roof, it could bring you a lot more, than what you think you'll be solving right now by going with a cheaper roof. I understand shingle is half the price of tile. So just take that into consideration. As far as like the council on this situation, I know it's kind of tough, but again, as long as, there's something to that effect that it's, when that happened years ago, it was amended that that particular house, right, will have to go back to the original roofing material once it was time to renew. In other words, 10 years from now. And so that's what happened then. So, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Ms. Perella. All right, so is that the end of the public comment? I'm going to go back to the committee. All right, so I mean, so the first thing I would say is, you know, we do have one condition or adjustment going into the council meeting. If this was to pass tonight at the committee level, you guys know she still has to pass at the council level at our council meeting, which I believe is on the 22nd. That being said, if you do pass tonight, make sure you see the clerk because she has to give you the information. Ms. Hammonds is not here because you're going to have to eventually come back to, like tomorrow or the next day and get a sign to put in your front yard. But so I think one thing is that we add the DECRA roofing materials. We'll add that to it as like a condition moving to the full council meeting if this passes tonight. Also, I'm not against, I'll see what the rest of the committee thinks, but I'm not against necessarily adding also that moving to the full council if this passes tonight, that, you know, we do have some images or pictures at the full council meeting, if that's what the residents want to see. Because usually when we do like, you know, any type of variance and stuff like that, we usually do have pictures or images usually of what we're going to be voting on. And that could be whatever. I mean, if I have to, I'll go out there with my cell phone and go into your house and take pictures and stuff and you know, print them out if I have to, Ms. Campbell. But I think that's another condition that we might want to think about going into the full council meeting if this passes at the committee level. Before I ask for a motion and a vote, last questions and comments from the council or from the committee.
I do have a comment about the pictures part. Maybe just to respect your privacy, maybe if the mayor goes out and verifies whatever the conditions are and then can make a verbal representation. I don't know if I would necessarily want a requirement to receive some sort of assistance to be, you know, intimate access to the ins and outs of whatever was occurring in her home.
Yeah, or maybe just from the outside. I mean, I've been to her house before. I know that, you know, that the roof on one side had the blue tarp and stuff like that. So I've been to her house
Perfect.
before. So and I know that Councilperson Winters, I think, went to her house. I'm not sure if Councilperson Erbaum, you went to her house also or not, but yeah, I got you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
So, yes, I did visit Georgette yesterday. You were very kind. You were very nice to my family. They loved hanging out with you, and the mangoes were delicious. So right now, we are in the third meeting to discuss Georgette's roofing crisis. First in May, then June, then July. And, you know, we started as a permit issue, which was revealed that it was something deeper, like a system that was failing a person that was meant to be protected. Before I continue, I want to sincerely thank Georgette for bringing this to our attention. You had your roof, I'm just going to basically reiterate what you told me yesterday. You had this tile roof installed about 30 years ago. Clay tile roofs should have a lifespan of 50 to 100 years. So why are we at this portion right now? We're requiring tile and metal roofs in El Portal to protect citizens from this type of problem. So if this roof was permitted and inspected and it's failing, why? So either we have a bad roofer, or two, we have a bad inspector, or three, all of the above. Something failed her in the system. Now, I did visit her house and I saw the deck portions of her house caving in. I saw water damage that was very visible and evident. And it was very clear that she needs another roof. We discussed the roof I'm going to give her if she can get it installed. So basically, right now, this variance was a $700 fee, which was paid out of our council members' discretionary fund. We very much appreciate your generosity taking care of her. But here's the critical truth. It is not the government's job to provide roof for citizens. Here we are. And she receives shingle quotes between $15,000 and $20,000 for a roof that is supposed to have a 10 to 15 year lifespan, but when you have one hurricane, it ends up being 5 years. It could be less, it could be 1 year. So there's more than just an aesthetic reason not to have shingles on the roof, but there's also a reason of longevity and health reasons, obviously. So right now, the roof I've offered her is called a DECRA stone-coated metal roof. I have most of the materials for her house. She would only need to spend about $5,000 above the actual installation price, which we got for her was $15,500, which is cheaper than installing a shingle roof. This means she would have a stone-coated metal roof that has a lifetime warranty, and she'll never have to worry about that roof ever again. If there is a problem, she can go back to the company. The company's been around for over 60 years to get a new roof. I'm giving her this roof free of charge if she can sign a contract with a approved specialist who knows how to install the material. It is the #1 material in Miami-Dade County with the NOA. It does take 20 screws per square per metal piece to put in there. So on her house, she's probably gonna need 20,000 screws to screw it into that deck, and we don't know how much of the deck is still viable. So I'm gonna support amending this variance to stone-coated metal. I'd like to change it from Decra, just stone-coated metal, in case we have to buy portions from Boral. And some other companies that make versions of this that she can mix with the roof I'd give her. But they're still stone-coated, same color, but maybe more inexpensive and still has the same warranty. Is that possible we can add that amendment?
Yes.
Thank you. So since we're talking about this, let's be clear. It is disgusting that anyone would put property values above neighbor's life, health, and security. We're talking about a resident who has been failed by the system. She had it inspected, she had it go through permits, and now she has a failing roof. So now we face financial hardship, and we're trying to find something that will help her figure out a replacement. So we cannot let it appear, let's not allow the appearance outweigh the humanity of this. So remind ourselves, permits are not protection. Inspections are not guarantees. Code is not quality, it's the legal minimum. This is not an isolated case, and if we ignore it, it will happen again. So tonight, we have some choices. Do we hold fast to a flawed process and ignore the consequences, or do we move forward with a revised, responsible variance that gives Georgette a real path forward? So I'm hoping we'll do what's right and continue to stand behind our residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else, questions, comments from the committee? Good. Hearing, seeing none. Okay, so then we're moving to this motion. If this is to pass, you guys, Ms. Campbell will have to get final approval at the upcoming council meeting, which I believe is on the 22nd. So this motion right here is the variance for the roof material at 175 Northwest 86th Street. This is upon the condition and adjustment of not only with the shingles, adding the stone-coated metal material, roof material, and also we're looking to possibly add some outer roofing images, if not, and or a written comment from either the mayor or one of the council or committee members. All right, so those are the conditions. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to move?
Motion moved by Member Winters.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Martin. Madam Clerk, may I please have roll call, please?
Roll call. Member Winters.
Yes.
Member Lightfoot Ward. Member Erbaum.
Yes.
Vice Chair Martin.
Yes.
Chair Nickerson.
For you, Erbaum, yes. Ms. Campbell, how you?
4-1, motion passes.
All right, you guys, appreciate that. Anybody good in welfare? You can talk about anything at all that you want to talk about from the audience. Anybody can come and talk about anything at all? Hearing, seeing none. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Moved by Member Lightfoot Ward. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Winters. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing none, the Planning and Zoning Committee meeting for July 9, 2025 is adjourned at 6:55 p.m. Ms. Campbell, remember, you still have the big one to pass, which is the council meeting, which will have a resolution at that one. Make sure you see the clerk because you have to get more information. All right, and that's the big one, okay?